Good morning, children. Today in English in class 11, we continue Mother's Day, the play. Now, George was very unhappy. As it is, there was no tea ready, and he was upset, particularly when Annie Pearson told him that he is called Pompey Umpy Pearson at the club and people make fun of him, they ridicule. So, he is very, very upset and he's angry also at the way the wife has behaved, the way Annie Pearson has behaved. He is totally unaware, as much as all the other members of the family are unaware, of the magic and the exchange of personalities of Annie Pearson and Mrs. Fitzgerald. So now he is wondering why the two ladies are behaving and talking in such a manner. Tell her to stop, he says. That is, he wants Annie Pearson to stop behaving in such a manner. Then there would be some sense in it. So he says, now he stares at Mrs. Pearson. I think you must be Tiddly. He's addressing his wife and says Tiddly means slightly drunk. That meant when he had returned earlier, he had seen her drinking stout beer, and now he felt that probably it is the effect of that is why she is talking and behaving in such a way. Now Annie Pearson stares at him fiercely and answers, say that again, George Pearson. In fact, she had threatened him that if he did not stop shouting at her and stop arguing with her, she would probably end up giving him a slap. So now he felt that he should stop now, that he should not say anything further to make her more angry, because she might literally do what she had threatened earlier. Now Doris appears. Mrs. Fitzgerald wishes her, greets her. Hello, Doris dear. Doris is unhappy because what has happened with her, she is the argument that she had with her mother. The mother refused to do anything for her and told her all about the way she behaved, and also commented about Charlie Spence, the friend that she wanted to go out with. Mrs. Fitzgerald is questioning her. That is, she has the personality of Annie Pearson. She says, I thought you were going out with Charlie Spence tonight. So she felt that she's still at home and that she had plans to go out and spend the evening with Charlie Spence, her friend. Doris is annoyed at that. What is that to do with you? She feels that she is interfering. She does not realize that Mrs. Fitzgerald has the personality of Annie Pearson. That is why she was showing her concern and asking her about her plan for the evening, which she was aware of. So she told her to keep out of it. That was her own personal matter. Stop that, Mrs. Pearson. She immediately, that is her mother. No, it's all right. So Mrs. Fitzgerald now, who has Annie Pearson's personality, is telling her, no, it's all right, let her, it doesn't really matter if she's been a little rude. Mrs. Pearson, it isn't all right. Now she scolds her, I won't have a daughter of mine talking to anybody like that. So she says, she stops her friend and she tells her that I would not tolerate, I will not appreciate anybody, and my daughter included, to be rude to a friend of mine. Now answer Mrs. Fitzgerald properly. She says now that you speak with her politely, respond in the way that is appropriate, or Doris, or go upstairs again. That is, that you are not going to be here if you are not going to apologize and you are not going to speak politely with Mrs. Fitzgerald. Now she looks at her father. Her father probably always supported her, so she looked up expectantly towards him. George answers in despair. That meant that he is hopeless. That is a hopeless case, that he is helpless. He cannot help her in this situation. Don't look at me. That is, that she had expected some kind of support from her father, from George Pearson, that he would say something and come to her rescue. But today he was not willing to do that. I give it up. I just give it up. That means that today he is not in a situation where he can help her out or support her in any way. Whatever Annie Pearson asks, all of them, they have to do that. So she is told that by George Pearson. Mrs. Pearson, well, answer her. She is not sparing Doris. She makes sure that she responds. Doris is sulky. She's sulking. She's in a bad she has a bad temper. She's resentful. She's miserable. And now she responds, I was going out with Charlie Spence tonight, but now I've called it off. So now she realizes that her father is not going to help and support her, and Annie Pearson is not going to spare her. So she now speaks in a little better manner, more politely, and says that she did have a plan to go out for the evening with Charlie Spence, but now I've called it off, means that I have changed my plan now, that I don't intend to go out now. Oh, what a pity, dear. Why have you? And Mrs. Fitzgerald now is being very sympathetic. She says, oh, it's a pity that she had plans to go out with Charlie Spence, which now she is not able to. And she says, why have you? That means, why have you called the plan off? Why have you changed your plan? And why are you not going out with Charlie Spence the way you had planned earlier? Oh, what a pity, dear, she says. So now Doris responds with a flash of temper. That is, she's sudden anger, sudden fury. So now she speaks up, because if you must know, that is now that she says that if you are asking me now and that you want to know the reason why I have changed my plan of going out with Charlie Spence and I'm not going now, my mother's been going on at me, making me feel miserable. So now she's giving her the reason, she's stating the reason that her mother has been very harsh with her. Her mother has made her feel so miserable. She's had an argument with her. So she says that my mother is responsible for my change of plan because she has made me feel so miserable. I am feeling so unhappy. So that is the reason why her plan has been changed. So she says now, and saying he's got buck teeth and is half-witted. And she further tells her that my mother has called Charlie Spence very dim. He's not worthy of spending time with and going out for the evening, that he's not intelligent enough and he's not worthwhile. Mrs. Fitzgerald, oh, you shouldn't have said that now. Now, Mrs. Fitzgerald, who has the personality of Annie Pearson, is telling her friend, who has her own personality, she says, oh, you shouldn't have said that. So now she is trying to sort out by pacifying her and saying that she should have not said all that she did about Charlie Spence, the way she had criticized Mrs. Pearson. Now she is not prepared to take it from her also now. Mrs. Fitzgerald, I'll manage my family, you manage yours. Now Mrs. Pearson tells her friend, I will manage my family. I know how to deal with my family. I know what is to be done and the way I need to handle them. You manage yours. That means you don't have to interfere in our family matters. You manage your own family. I am quite capable of looking after my own family. I can manage it. George is wondering now. Ticking her off now. Are you, Annie? Now ticking her off means that now he is saying that first it was the family, George Pearson, Doris and Cyril, who've all been harshly spoken by Annie Pearson, and now Annie Pearson is not sparing her friend also. So he says that now you are reprimanding her also, you are scolding her. Now Mrs. Pearson, they're waiting for you at the club. Now once again she addresses George and says that all people at the club will be waiting for you. So why don't you go, why don't you leave? And don't you start crying again, Doris. So Annie Pearson has been very rude and brusque. She has been very outspoken, told exactly what she feels about each member of the family. So now she tells George to leave because everybody would be waiting for him at the club. And she's also at the same time tells Doris that you don't start crying again. Be a little more mature and behave like grown-ups. So Mrs. Fitzgerald says, that's enough, quite enough. George and Doris stare at her bewildered. That is, that they are confused, they are puzzled. They are not able to, the entire family is not able to understand what has happened to Annie Pearson. They are not able to comprehend, they are not able to understand the unusual behavior of Annie Pearson at home, that she's been rude and rude with each one of them also, and put each one of them in their places. So they are wondering now what has gone wrong with Annie Pearson, but they are not able to really understand her unusual behavior. Thank you.